Peace be upon you, my friends. How are you? Today I have a new video on my channel. Please subscribe, like, and comment to receive all that is new. This channel contains movies and series. Please subscribe.
Ethan loved clay. His fingers danced around it. He molded it, shaped it, gave it life. He saw emotions in the swirls and bumps. He saw stories in every curve. Ethan was an artist, but not with paint or pencils. His canvas was clay. Ethan was quiet, shy. He spoke through his art. He poured his heart into every creation. He dreamed of sharing his art with the world, but fear held him back. He kept his sculptures hidden, treasures in a private gallery. One day a girl named Lily walked into his life. She had sunshine in her hair and laughter in her eyes. Ethan was smitten. He had found his muse. Lily was everything Ethan wasn't. She was bold, outgoing, and full of life. She saw the beauty in everything, even in Ethan's quiet ways. She loved his gentle nature, his kind heart. Lily encouraged Ethan's art. She saw the genius in his work. She pushed him to share his creations, to let the world see his talent. With Lily by his side, Ethan found his courage. He began to believe in himself. He started small, showcasing his sculptures at local fairs. Lily was his biggest cheerleader. She stood by his side, her smile brighter than the sun. That summer, Ethan and Lily were inseparable. They spent their days lost in a world of clay and dreams. Ethan sculpted their love story piece by piece. He captured their laughter in the curve of a smile, their shared dreams in the intertwined hands of two clay figures. Lily inspired Ethan to create his most beautiful work yet, a clay sculpture of her. He captured her essence, her spirit, in every detail. It was as if Lily herself was frozen in time, her beauty forever preserved in clay. When Lily saw the sculpture, her eyes filled with tears. She threw her arms around Ethan, her heart overflowing with love. In that moment, Ethan knew he had found something rare and precious. He had found his soulmate. As summer faded into autumn, a change came over Lily. Her laughter became less frequent. The sparkle in her eyes dimmed. She grew distant, withdrawing into herself. Ethan watched helplessly, his heart aching for the girl he loved. He tried to reach out to her, to understand the pain that clouded her eyes, but Lily pushed him away, building walls around her heart. Ethan's sculptures reflected his turmoil, the smooth lines replaced with jagged edges, the once vibrant colors now muted and dark. Lily told Ethan she needed time, space to find herself. She said she didn't want to hurt him, but her words cut deep. Ethan felt his heart cracking, mirroring the fissures appearing in his latest sculpture, a fragile heart, broken in two. Section 5. Shattered Masterpiece. One rainy afternoon, Lily left. The sky was a dull grey, mirroring the heaviness in her heart. Each step she took felt like a weight dragging her down, but she knew she had to keep moving forward. She packed a small bag, her tears falling like the raindrops streaming down the window pane. Every item she placed inside was a piece of her past, a fragment of the life she was leaving behind. She told Ethan she wasn't who he thought she was, that she couldn't give him what he deserved. Her voice trembled as she spoke, the words cutting through the silence like a knife. Ethan watched her go, his heart shattering into a million pieces. He stood there, frozen, unable to comprehend the reality of her departure. He felt lost, adrift in a sea of pain. The world around him seemed to blur, the colors fading into a monochrome of sorrow. The world he had built with Lily crumbled around him, leaving him surrounded by the remnants of their love, unfinished sculptures, scattered sketches, and the haunting memory of her touch. Each piece of art was a testament to their shared dreams, now shattered. He tried to pour his pain into his art, but his fingers felt clumsy, his heart heavy. The once fluid motions of his hands now felt stiff and uncooperative. The clay refused to cooperate, mocking his attempts to mold it into something beautiful. It was as if the material itself sensed his inner turmoil and resisted his touch. His once vibrant studio felt cold and empty, a constant reminder of all he had lost. The walls echoed with the silence of abandonment, and the air was thick with the weight of unspoken words and unfulfilled promises. Section 6, a world without color. Weeks turned into months. Ethan became a recluse, shutting himself away in his studio. The world outside continued to spin, but for Ethan, time stood still. He was trapped in his grief, haunted by memories of Lily. His art, once a source of joy and solace, now brought him nothing but pain. He couldn't bear to look at the sculptures he had made with Lily, each one a painful reminder of their shattered love. He covered them with sheets, hiding them away like painful secrets. Ethan's world lost its color. Everything seemed grey and lifeless, a reflection of the emptiness within him. He moved through life like a ghost, his heart heavy with unshed tears. He had lost his muse, his inspiration, and with her he had lost himself. Section 7. 10 minutes and a coffee stain. One dreary afternoon, a ray of sunshine broke through the clouds. A girl named Emma wandered into Ethan's studio. She had eyes that sparkled with mischief and a smile that could light up a room. Emma was a friend of a friend, there to pick up a sculpture. She saw past Ethan's guarded exterior, sensing the pain he tried so hard to hide. She didn't pry or push, she simply sat with him, sharing a cup of coffee and a comfortable silence. She spilled her coffee, staining the table with a brown splotch. Ethan, surprised by the unexpected accident, let out a small chuckle. It was the first time he had laughed in months. In that instant, a tiny spark flickered back to life within him. Section 8. A new melody in clay. Emma had a way of making Ethan feel seen. Her presence was like a gentle breeze, soothing and comforting. She had an innate ability to understand his unspoken words, to see through the facade he often put up. She didn't shy away from his pain. Instead, she embraced it, acknowledging the depth of his sorrow. Emma's empathy was a balm to Ethan's wounded soul, offering him a sense of validation and understanding. She listened with her heart, offering him a safe space to grieve. Her patience was unwavering, allowing Ethan to express his emotions without fear of judgment. In her presence, he found a sanctuary where he could be his true self. She encouraged him to talk about Lily, to share his memories, both happy and sad. Emma knew that reminiscing about the past was a crucial step in Ethan's healing process. She gently nudged him to open up, to let the memories flow freely, to share his memories, both happy and sad. They spent hours reflecting on the moments that shaped their lives, finding solace in the shared stories. Each memory, whether joyful or sorrowful, was a thread that wove their bond tighter. She saw the beauty in his art, even in the pieces that reflected his pain. Emma's appreciation for his work was genuine, and it reignited a spark within Ethan. She reminded him that his art was a powerful outlet for his emotions. She reminded him of the joy that creating brought him, of the way he breathed life into clay. Emma's words were a gentle reminder of the passion that once fueled his creativity, urging him to reconnect with that part of himself, of the way he breathed life into clay. She spoke of the magic in his hands, the way he could transform a simple lump of clay into something extraordinary. Her belief in his talent was unwavering, and it gave Ethan the courage to try again. She encouraged him to pick up his tools again, to find solace in the familiar rhythm of molding and shaping. Emma's encouragement was the push he needed to take the first step towards healing, to find solace in the familiar rhythm of molding and shaping. As he began to work with the clay, he felt a sense of peace wash over him. The act of creating was therapeutic, allowing him to channel his emotions into his art. Ethan hesitated at first, his fingers stiff and unsure. The weight of his grief made it difficult to start, but Emma's presence was a constant source of support. She stood by his side, offering words of encouragement and reassurance, but with Emma's encouragement, he began to sculpt again. Slowly his confidence grew and he found himself lost in the process. The clay became an extension of his emotions, a medium through which he could express his innermost feelings. He didn't try to replicate the past. Instead, he embraced the present, allowing his current emotions to guide his hands. Each piece he created was a reflection of his journey, a testament to his resilience. He didn't try to erase his pain. Instead, he let it coexist with his joy, understanding that both were integral parts of his story. His art became a canvas for his healing, a way to process his emotions and find meaning in his experiences. Instead, he let his emotions flow through his fingertips, shaping the clay into a new story, a new beginning. Each sculpture was a step towards healing, a manifestation of his journey from grief to acceptance, shaping the clay into a new story, a new beginning. With each piece, Ethan found a sense of closure, a way to honor his past while embracing his future. His art became a testament to his strength, a new melody in clay that sang of hope and renewal. Section 9. The heart remembers even when it breaks. It had only been 10 minutes since Emma walked into his life, but in those 10 minutes everything had changed. The air seemed lighter, the colours more vibrant, and the world, which had felt so heavy and grey, now seemed full of possibilities. Ethan couldn't quite put his finger on it, but there was something about Emma that made him feel alive again. Ethan realised that love wasn't about replacing one person with another. It wasn't about filling a void or erasing the past. Instead, it was about growth, about expanding one's capacity to feel and to care. He understood that his love for Lily would always be a part of him, a chapter in his life story that had shaped who he was. It was about learning to embrace the journey with all its twists and turns. Life was not a straight path, but a winding road full of unexpected detours and beautiful vistas. Each twist and turn brought new experiences, new lessons, and new opportunities for growth. He would always cherish the memories he shared with Lily. Those moments were precious, like pearls on a string, each one unique and irreplaceable. They were a testament to a love that had been real and profound, a love that had left an indelible mark on his heart. He would always carry the pain of their loss. It was a part of him now, a shadow that followed him, reminding him of what he had lost. But that pain also made him appreciate the beauty of the present moment, the fleeting nature of life, and the importance of holding on to the people he loved. But he also knew that his heart was big enough to hold more love, more joy. The human heart, he realized, was incredibly resilient. It could break and heal, shatter and mend, and in the process it could grow stronger and more capable of love. Emma wasn't a replacement for Lily. She was her own person, with her own light and her own story. She brought a new energy into Ethan's life, a new melody that harmonized with the old, creating a richer, more complex symphony. She was a new chapter, a new melody in the symphony of his life. Her presence added depth and color to his world, making it more vibrant and full of promise. Together, they created a beautiful harmony, a blend of past and present, of memories and new beginnings. As Ethan molded the clay, he felt a sense of peace settle over him. The act of creation was therapeutic, a way to channel his emotions and transform them into something tangible and beautiful. It was a reminder that life, like art, was a process of continuous creation and recreation. He realized that true happiness often followed pain, just as spring followed the harshness of winter. The seasons of life were cyclical, each one bringing its own challenges and rewards. And just as winter gave way to the renewal of spring, so too did his sorrow give way to a newfound sense of hope and joy. He had found his way back to himself, back to the art that gave him life. In the process of creating, he rediscovered.
Before the end of the video, I ask you to subscribe to the channel to receive all new updates. My friends, please support me